There now follows a public broadcast to update you on what shit the Lord of Leisure has or hasn't been doing. Isn't this exciting? Not really, but fuck it, we'll still do it anyway. Hello campers, my name is Paul Hughes and I thought I'd actually just take a little bit of time to actually sit my fat ass down on a chair in front of a giant TV that's actually showing Titanfall 2, one of the live streams I recently did on YouTube and Twitch, of which I hope to be actually putting onto YouTube proper after some editing and so forth, to obviously bring you a little bit up to date as to what's going on and so forth, because in many respects, obviously, I'm way behind with quite a number of things I want to do. I have to be honest, when it came down to Easter, after finishing up work and so forth, I decided to take some time off and basically just piss around. I mean, 2 days, effectively, of Easter was spent playing with Lego. And I'm 34 years old and I'm saying this, and yes, I'm playing with Lego. Yeah, what can you do? But that means, of course, that obviously I didn't do any new content or otherwise, save for obviously something like this. Titanfall 2, Ukulele, and even Bayonetta, which was recently released on PC, managed to have a decent few live streams. So obviously I'm hoping to do some of that editing and finally start putting some of this content onto YouTube, because I keep saying it and I don't do it. And I know that's probably pissing you off. I mean, in fact, also, there's been no new reviews or anything like that for quite some time. So, what it is about all that is I don't have anywhere near as much time to actually spend myself on all this stuff by myself. Because it is a one-man operation, this. It always has been. Rather sadly. And therefore, when I get home at the end of the day, pretty much I'm bollocksed. Or words to that effect, shall we say. So, I've not always had the inclination to do things. And so therefore, when it comes to sometimes, the gaming car crash, and yes, I know I keep pointing this out, I bought the big telly at Easter. That's literally it. This is the only reason why I'm sat this way in my front room. It's just so that you can watch it. Yes. Look at the money I pissed away that I don't actually have. Yay! Yeah, how upper middle class / cheap am I? I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, suffice to say that even through May, things will be a little bit hit and miss here and there in terms of actual content and so forth, but I will do my best to actually catch up with things and start trying to do something else a bit different as well. Now, one of those things I'm hoping to actually do, you know, I do those mini-mare about reviews on Who Sometimes, where I basically Photoshop my face onto some stupid bit of movie poster, take the piss, and then just carry on talking complete bollocks. Well, that's obviously only a text medium, and I have this YouTube channel. So, what I figured is that I might actually try just putting the mini-mare image, and me actually narrate said reviews for your dining and dancing pleasure, just to see what it's like and all the rest of it. Now, I'm avoiding on purpose moving images. And there's a good reason why, just for the moment. It's copyright claims and so forth. Even when you're talking about something for the purpose of criticism and so forth. Like, even with some of this for Titanfall, I ended up saying, it was good! I mean, Titanfall 2 actually surprised me. But, with games, it seems to be, aside from the likes of Konami and Sega and definitely Nintendo, I should actually state. Everyone else seems to give you, you know, a relative birth, and you can actually just do things, and, you know, no one actually cares. Because if you're reviewing something and saying, this is what happens and blah blah blah, that's perfectly fine. For film reviews and so forth as well, that seems to be becoming a little bit more difficult for a lot of people, unless you're like a big massive channel with an army of lawyers and popularity and all the rest of that shit, which obviously a lot of YouTubers, you know, they already have, so they're perfectly fine. I don't want any of that crap. So to start with, I'm just gonna edge my bets and just have a static image. And I'll see how that turns out. And obviously they will show up on YouTube. I'll publicize them. It'll be some of the older interviews? No. Older Mini-Mare reviews. No, unless one of them's Interview with a Vampire. I've never actually watched that, you know. Maybe I should do that one time. And then obviously see what you like, don't like, and so forth. I've had a hell of a lot more people watching the Twitch live streams when I've actually been doing them. So to all of you that have been watching them, thank you very much. You're very kind. Even though I'm talking complete and utter bollocks for the vast majority of it. I understand that for some inexplicable reason, someone just interacting and going, over a game being played apparently is entertaining. So, yeah, what can you do? The live stream schedule will still be hit and miss for the next month or so, even after, obviously, things getting settled down with the flat and, you know, things in real life. Which are probably, you know, I wish I didn't have to pay attention to as much, but I kind of have to, you know, meh. So once I have an idea of what free time I'll have, I'll try and do a couple of regulars, you know, twice a week. I think that's good enough. Hearthstone, I'm not entirely sure if I will be doing that consistently going forward, simply because I've become a little bit disenfranchised with it, and the reason being is just the money grabbing by Blizzard. There's no fucking way I'm spending £400 or £500 on cards just to get every single bloody one. Because, frankly, no. I mean, I like the game, don't get me wrong, and I still obviously play quite often, as you've seen a few times, but I'm going to be looking at possibly some other games like Gwent, which is the game based in the Witcher universe, where you chuck down a load of cards, they twat each other, and do something else. I don't know. It's animations on a screen. It's a children's thing. Why do you think I know these things? I don't know what I'm doing. There'll be other games that I'll try out as well, and maybe I'll do a rotation or something. If you have any suggestions, even if it's to tell me to go fuck myself, because obviously this is YouTube, and therefore comments like that are commonplace, then by all means, please leave it, and at least I can feel warm inside that someone said something to me. I'm so lonely. No, yeah, that's a complete lie. Where am I going with this? So that's in essence some of the content stuff. In terms of the site, some maintenance has been done on it. Whether or not I choose to do something else in terms of hosting and some other stuff, that's just me to be messing around. It's probably stuff you don't give a shit about, but I thought I'd mention it. And finally, now that I've got all that stuff out of the way, of you know, I'm still alive and all the rest of that stuff, I thought I'd actually remark a couple of things about stuff that's going on. Obviously, this week, this being just after Easter, we found out that magically we're going to have a new Supreme Overlord in Theresa May in 7 weeks or so's time. I forget exactly what it is, June, I believe. We've got another general election here in the United Kingdom. Unfortunately, I have quite a number of thoughts, so on the weekend, I'm actually going to go and film something outside Westminster. It's just going to be a load of waffle about what I think again. I mean, in a similar fashion to last year, but I'm not going to leave it until the last possible moment. Personal opinions, obviously, feel free to disagree and all the rest of that. I mean, I suppose what'll be even better is that reviewing some of what's happened since all that silliness last year, and whether or not the mayor was justified.
£350 million a week we send to the EU, which we will no longer send to the EU. Can you guarantee that's going to go to the NHS?
No, I can't, and I would never have made that claim.
Some bits were good, some bits were bad. Not a huge amount that springs to mind was good.
It's not about this sort of Brexit or that sort of Brexit. It's about a red, white and blue Brexit. That is the right Brexit, the right deal for Britain.
And of course, Agent Orange has been in the White House at the time of recording this 90 days. And, well, hasn't he been a lot of fun? I've been a lot more politically, engaged since he went into the White House, and ever since watching that inaugural speech of America First and basically America resembling the set of Mad Max Fury Road, apparently, it's been one of those things that I've just been captivated by, and therefore, in some regards, I'm probably going to remark on that in some regards. I mean, I said that at some point I was going to do the Half-Stone Happy Hour Trump edition. Obviously, that's fallen by the wayside, but it's still entirely possible because I still have that recording of that night when I put together those two fucking horrible card decks, themed around, what the rhetoric had been during the campaign, and then effectively the Trumpocalypse deck and so forth. So I think actually that might actually be something good. A kind of review of what he has or hasn't done in, during this time, and then also just maybe have that to round off with, because, well, at least then it'd be funny? I don't know. I honestly don't know, campers. But in any case, that's some of the stuff that I just wanted to get off my hairy man breasts. If there's obviously anything that you would like to see, or, even if someone wants to, like, say, why don't you do that thing that I like because I haven't told you before to do it, but I'm annoyed at you for not doing it anyway, type thing. Because obviously what I said just made perfect sense and doesn't need to be revisited in any shape or form at all, because I am perfectly making this up as I go along talking to you right now, because I is elite. And also my WhatsApp thing just binged, so I suppose I better go and actually speak to people who want to speak to me. But anyway, campers, I can only apologise for being, well, utterly lazy, and also doing other shit in life. But I am the Lord of Leisure, so therefore lazy goes the territory. That's all I'm saying. But until next time, whatever that may be it live stream, writing shit, meh, or stupid pictures on Instagram, or whatever else. Hope you had a fantastic Easter, and I will see you all again very, very soon. If you got any comments, by all means leave them below this video. But until next time, campers, bye! Got big telly, got big telly. This is the only reason I'm sat here. Remember, big telly. Bye! Well, if you like watching this complete load of crap, then by all means remember to subscribe, and then you can also click on some other buttons and shit to watch more silliness and dilly-dallying. And until then, I'm going to say bye again. Bye.